Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm giving you an updated version of our cashew sour cream because we use it in so many recipes, and I'm gonna give you like my favorite ratios and amounts for that. We're then going to transform that into an herby dip, and I'm gonna teach you how to assemble a beautiful crudité platter for this holiday season. If your blender comes with a smaller blender container like this one, I love making my cashew sour cream there. I think that the amount is perfect. You can make a small amount and it's ready in no time. But if you have a larger blender, you can also do it in the large pitcher of a blender. If by any chance the amounts that I'm giving you today don't help your machine run because the amounts fall too low, just make double. That's an easy way to solve that problem. We're going to add some cashews into our blender container. Now, if you have a high-powered blender, you don't need to soak your cashews. The amount of water we're using in this recipe will blend them up nicely. If you do not have a high-powered blender, it always helps to pre-soak your cashews in water for a few hours, or alternatively, you can boil them in water for about 10 to 12 minutes, and that helps to soften them up. So in here, I added my raw cashews. I am adding my water, salt. Sour cream has that salty component that is so important, and the juice of half of a lemon. That is it. That's sour cream right there. Made at home, so inexpensive to make, and so delicious. Now we blend this until totally creamy. Let's open this up, and you should have just the creamiest texture. Before placing it in a bowl, always give it a taste. Oh my gosh, I love sour cream. It's the best. If you need to add any more salt or lemon juice because you prefer it that way, feel free to add it and blend again. I am going to place it in a bowl. Look at that lovely texture. That's your sour cream right there, and all we need to do to transform this into a delicious dip is add any other flavors we'd like to add. We can transform it into an onion dip by adding onion powder and onion flakes to this, or we can just make a simple herb dip, which is what I'm gonna do today, by just adding 2 fresh herbs. My favorites are dill, lots of fresh dill fronds in there. You don't need to measure it. We're providing some amounts so you have that sort of ballpark measure. And I'm adding some delicious chives. Let's start mixing. We just add our herbs to top for a final pop of color. And just keep in mind that this dip or the cashew sour cream alone will continue to thicken as it rests, and especially once it's in the fridge. So this is something that you can absolutely do in advance. Just know that it's going to get a lot thicker, and when you take it out of the fridge and serve it, you are going to have to add a little bit of water and dilute that. Just mix that with a spatula and it'll come back to the dip texture you have here. Now I'm going to show you how to assemble a beautiful crudité platter. When it comes to a gorgeous platter for the holiday season or any party you're having, you have so many options when it comes to plating, and plating this is what's really going to be so inviting for people to dig into those vegetables, and we have so many colorful vegetables here today. So you can use a basic large serving platter, but one of my favorite tools for this, especially during the holiday season where you want that cozy vibe, is to use wooden boards, and you can assemble a gorgeous platter that way. So we're gonna get started with adding lots of vegetables and our dip. When it comes to plating your board, what I love to do, and especially it helps a lot when you're planning a party, is to combine the dip you just made with some store-bought items or any sauce or dip that you have left over. So I've plated my dip we just made here. I'm just using some store-bought hummus on a smaller plate, and I have a cheesy dip. This is the cheesy sauce for our baked potatoes. I'll be linking to that recipe below. And then you just arrange your vegetables, sort of layer them up, combine the colors in a nice way. And we're using mostly raw vegetables because that's what we want. We want that crunch when we bite into things. The only exception is you do want to blanch any harder vegetables or any vegetables where you want to tame the flavor a little bit. The two that come to mind that are most frequent are cauliflower and especially broccoli. So to blanch, you just pop them in boiling water just for a few seconds until they turn bright green or the color kind of comes alive a little bit, and then you plop them in an ice bath to halt the cooking process. So now that I've got these, and it's always a lot more beautiful to plate them off center, I'm going to fill in the spaces with our vegetables. Look at this gorgeous board. It is so inviting. So we've got a ton of vegetables here. We've got some raw beets for that pop of color, some blanched broccoli, cherry tomatoes, some small green tomatoes. We've got snow peas, carrots, cucumber, and I love these baby cucumbers for that, and also some baby peppers, some radishes. You can use whatever you have on hand and make a beautiful board out of it. Oh my goodness. That is so fresh and so amazing. Go make it.